Shellie, tell me about Le Dúlra. What's it about?
It was initially set up as working for children with autism, and we're kind of hoping to expand out to children with special needs. So it's basically, Le Dúlra is the Irish for with nature. And a lot of these children benefit from nature. So if that means using horses, and that means using ducks, and that means using cows, whatever the child is into, as long as they're out from the city and out from confined spaces where they're overstimulated and out into the country or the park or the river or wherever it suits them, that they get to be in an environment that is conducive for learning and that's suitable for their needs.
What inspired you to get involved in this kind of work?
There was a boy here that used to ride in the lessons, and he was perfect most of the time, and then once in a while he'd decide, no, I'm not doing it, I can't do it, and then he'd be taken out from the lesson, and I used to do some work with him. And I was talking to his parents one day, and they were saying that he had never got a proper education because he was too autistic to go into a mainstream school. And he's a bit older now, so they have developed a lot of schools since then, but at the time he never got an education. And I was kind of like, well, he's so good around the horses, if he can get up on a horse and get that to do what he wants it to do, why can't he learn in his academics? So then I started doing some work with him where, you'd say, if you ask him what's your favourite colour, he blanks because that's way too big of an option. But if you say, well, do you prefer red or blue? He'll go, red. So it's kind of working with him from where he's at while he's on the horse and while he's happy. And then if you get something out of that, either communication or social skills or academics, that's like an advantage. So I'd always planned to look into that.
How long more have you to go in your teacher training?
A year. I'm finished this time next year.
And what do you hope to do then?
Initially, I want to be part of, I have an early intervention team set up that will work with children between the ages of 3 and 6 that works with the horses and the therapy to try and prep them for school and for life. And then hopefully get the funding to actually set up a primary school recognised by the DES where we can work with the horses and water therapies and all different therapies that work with the children, to have a primary school that's devoted to children with autism, but that's not the traditional sit in a classroom with fluorescent lights going on and they all have their individual desk and they have to do writing in the morning, to that kind of way where it's all as much as possible one-on-one and as much as possible the child leading it, so it's intrinsic motivation working rather than telling the child you have to do this and then maybe afterwards we'll give you a reward. The actual riding of the horse is the reward, and as a by the way they're doing something great. So that's kind of, the school would be great.